In this video on soft skill smart analytics, I will walk you through financial analytics into exports process overdue. I'll show you how the latest development of MS Office 365 has made financial analytics both simple and powerful. No coding, no formulas, just natural language queries. And with AI powered Analyze Data button in Excel, you can instantly generate deep insights into any dataset. This is more than convenience. It equips regulators and financial institutions to proactively detect risk, combat financial crime, and protect the integrity of international trade. Here is our sample data sets on overdue payments from central bank dashboard. It gives the information on bank and branch name, EXP number, exporters and importers detail, country of importation, LC number, EXP issue date, shipment date, overdue date, delays date, and overdue amount, commodity codes, and commodity description. Overdue reason, action by bank, and legal action initiators. In total, we have got about 22 columns and nearly 22,000 cases, which makes it an obvious candidate to be analyzed by artificial intelligence. Now, without further ado, let's get started by clicking on Analyze Data icon. After a short pause, Excel will produce several insights from the data that will answer many of the questions that you might already be thinking to ask, and some of those will spark some more investigative ideas. It is taking a little time. Yes, here is where the real value becomes clear. The very first of these insights is, is not just another report. It delivers the most strategic bottom line analysis of the dataset. It decomposes the overdue amount by legal action initiator and by bank, which from a regulatory perspective goes straight into the heart of accountability. Let's insert the pivot table as suggested. Two things stand out immediately. The first of those is that out of about 890 million overdue amount, JTA Bank constitute about 345. It again is the case demonstrated by AI to be a priority for further investigation. The second feature that comes out is that about 380 million of the total overdue mentions not applicable in the legal action initiators, meaning that no follow up action has been taken. Now, let's drill deep into this figure by double clicking, and Excel will immediately decompose this data by the legal no follow-up action category, and you can be surprised to see that there are 12,635 cases where has not been any accountability. The results are striking. This demonstrates how AI can surface the most critical insight first, giving the investigator a direct line to the most urgent issues. Now let's go back to the default insights generated by AI, and in this case, it is about 25. And if we can scroll down to find out the same statistics in a smaller form, then we click on this and try and discover the same thing, that the overdue amount decomposed by the bank. And if we can click on any of this figure, we can extend the data to find some more decomposition, and also we can deselect to get some more summarized data. For example, we may be interested to find the decomposition by overdue reason. And here we can see some striking features. The top bank has got forgery and fake export worth about 200 million US dollar, and some weird factors like non-cooperation of exporter that constitute about 591,000 US dollar. So this illustrates how much investigative work is ahead of the regulator. Now, if we can go back to the unaccountable part of the data, as you can remember, it was a 380 million US dollar, and we do the same by clicking analyze data. Excel will give some more insights from that part of data. And we can do some, for example, natural language query like sum of overdue amount of each ship shipment date. Then we have got a trend line. The visual clearly illustrates that there are some clustering of overdue amounts around 2022 and 23, and still no action has been taken. That is a striking figure and an obvious choice for any investigating authority to look into. Likewise, we can go back to the same sort of analysis that we have done to start with and reproduce and try to find out some more risk mapping from the analysis that AI is capable of doing. It never gets tired. It asks all the questions provided that you have got the data. Now we can ask some natural language question. For example, sum of overdue amount US dollar of each exporter, and Excel has immediately produced the result. The exporters that are of interest as a risk factor, and then if we can extend this by exporters address, we can find out some striking features by just clicking here. And I have actually tried to figure out the address that I was interested in, Sarajevo, and it immediately give me the name of the place that where a substantial amount of overdue is concentrated. Although I have anonymized the data by changing the names, but it happens to be that this belongs to an industrial zone that is full of shell companies, meaning the same zone constitute about 13 million US dollar of overdue. Now, if we can go back and try to do some more mapping on the overdue amount. For example, if we can ask sum of overdue amount USD of each importer description, then it turns out to be the more prominent importers that contributed to this overdue payment. And the on top, but this is an just a demonstration, and you can call it a tip of the iceberg of investigative ideas that the AI is capable of generating, and it depends on the domain knowledge. It can ask almost infinite questions for your analysis, and this transforms how regulators and financial institutions can approach oversight, not just responding, but proactively asking and answering critical questions in real time. To summarize, the first AI generated report provided the most strategic bottom line insights: legal action versus overdue amount by bank. We identified suspicious trends by country of importation. We saw concerning patterns in the regions of overdue, and we mapped hidden linkages among exporters and trading partners. All these without coding, without formulas, simply by asking questions in natural language. This is the power of AI in Excel. This ends today's walkthrough. The next video, I'll show you some more insights that uh, we can derive from AI. Thanks for today.